morning, everyone. Apologies for the delay. I had technical issues my end, so apologies I'm a few minutes late after 11 o'clock. So today we're going to talk about the benefits of outsourcing your HR. I'm talking to you from Clover HR. I am an Associate Director and HR Business Partner there, and I'll talk to you a bit more about the benefits of using a company like ours. We have over 30 business partners now in our team. You'll see a cover of all of our photos on the screen. We've been working together now for 5 years, established, growing, and a great team of people to work with. We've all got our specialist areas that we tap into when needed, and we've got a real partnership focus and work together well and help each other during our client support and skill sets that we all have. We've recently, last year, received our ISO 9001 certification, which was fantastic for Clover. A team of people worked really hard within the team to achieve this, and now we have this obviously as a certified and on our website, and yeah, really proud of it as a team that we are to achieve this. That's myself. I've been running webinars for 2 years now on a number of subjects, along with a few of my colleagues. Really enjoy doing it, really enjoy being informative for you guys and teaching you different knowledge and subject knowledge on HR and the different laws and employment legislation around it. And I hope you find this interesting today. Any question and answers, please feel free to come up on the chat. I'll try and answer as I go along, but I'll probably come to the end more and go through it when we've got more time, once we've gone through the subject itself. And again, if I could ask you to mute, but of course you are welcome to come in at any point, but during this webinar, if you could just mute it so I can concentrate on telling you what I need to, but feel free to interject if you need to or would like to. So the contents of today's webinar is: what is the point of a HR department in total, and what an outsourced HR department can bring you and add to your business. What is the point of the HR department? So if we look at that initially, the human resource department deals with your most important resource, your people. They're your greatest asset. This encompasses all your employees and potentially any workers, contractors, or volunteers within the employment cycle. So with such a wide scope, it enables and helps you to narrow this down and look at the essentials of what HR should be doing for your business, because it's such a vast subject. So the HR essentials, the department is responsible for managing the whole employee life cycle within a business. So this starts with recruiting the right people, hiring them, onboarding them within their induction, training them to make sure they're at that level to do their job, and continuous training throughout their employment, dealing with individual issues or needs to do with their employment itself, and administering payment, benefits, and ultimately, if they were to leave, offboarding them and doing it in the correct way. So these are the functional operational responsibilities, but HR is more than that. It is also providing the function to ensure employees not only work, but thrive in their roles and enjoy their job, and as part of that organisation feel part of a team, feel part of an organisation that wants to succeed, and everyone's driven in the right direction and knows their goals. So employee well-being is of significant importance to ensuring you get the best from people. If you treat people right, you've got more of a chance of getting the best things out of them. And employee life well-being has been such an important subject during the pandemic. Employers have got very creative in the way we like to incentivise our employees now. Certainly from a distance, it's been hard to manage people from afar in their own homes. But I think there's a lot of good that's come out of how we structure our teams, how we communicate, how often we communicate. And it's not just a face-to-face. Sometimes if you're at other ends of the country, you can still communicate and have team meetings, one-to-ones, and catch-ups throughout the day. So when we look at what an outsourced HR department can give you, you've got the skills and experience. So with outsourced HR, you're not reliant on the skills and experience of 1 or 2 people. Instead, you have access to a bank of knowledge throughout the outsourced HR network and employees and consultants. Also the vast industries that a HR person has been to shows you the skills from one place mixed in with another industry. They can take all the best practice into another industry as well and bring it to each other's gain. Within Clover, certainly, we have a lot of skills and experience that we're all, that some of us are particularly interested in, particularly experienced in, and we tap into that knowledge as and when we need to. You've also got this specialist knowledge, so you have access to specialist knowledge within an outsourced department. They concentrate solely on that subject. So you have access, and an effective outsourced HR company will have specialists in each field, from payroll, wellbeing, employment law, or compliance, to name a few. Certainly within Clover, we have mental health first aiders, trainers, coaches, CV expert writers, and reward specialists, or compliance and quality knowledge that you can tap into at any point. And as a HR business partner, they can tap into their colleagues' knowledge as well. You've also got compliance. So once again, specialist knowledge comes to the forefront. Legislation changes are continuous, and without an individual in your organisation tracking that all the time of what comes up and when it comes up, you could fall foul of the implications to your business if not adhering to these. So, for example, are you aware of the 7 significant changes in employment law in 2021? So we had new immigration changes in January, ending of furlough 2021, return of the gender pay gap reporting, the new IR35 requirements came out last year, and more companies required to produce modern slavery statements, extended redundancy protection from pregnant employees, and the increased minimum wage and other statutory rates. And obviously there's a lot more changes to come in 2022. So outsourced HR make it their business to know their changes, and we inform clients before they happen. We have got an employment law update in March that a colleague of mine, Sarah Hudson, is running. So if you're interested in finding out more about the employment changes going ahead in April 2022, please tap into that. And the link is on our website. So within an outsourced HR department, you've also got efficiencies. So you are experts in what you do as a business owner or another part of the business. So give yourself the time to do that. And as a business, the focus should be on what you do. And by outsourcing HR, it takes one more task away from stopping that business moving. So we like to see ourselves as you're taking away any people headaches to do with the business. Reduced costs. So employing an HR advisor can often come at a high cost, especially for an experienced practitioner. So that said, ignoring the need for someone with a detailed understanding of HR within the business is also costly. But you may not need that person all the time, day in, day out, week in, week out. The cost of poor people management can be high. And if the law is breached, the business could end up with a costly claim at an employment tribunal and/or legal costs. So you want to ensure the job is done right, within the laws, within the processes, within your own procedures within the business, and morally and ethically right. So having a knowledgeable professional HR business on a retained basis can be a cost-effective way of having HR support and advice on a flexible, more cost-effective basis. Something we also look at is making sure we fit the right needs for that business. So a smaller business would not need a lot of hours and hours of HR time, whereas a larger business may. So we like to consider ourselves, we like to tap into what you need and when. So it's all value added when it comes to what you get out of it. The time saving element. So the cost in management time alone for dealing with HR issues is vast. And for some, for example, a troublesome employee could take hours and hours and are wholly disproportionate to what the need should be. So we can take that away from you as a outsourced HR. And having the resource to deal with this externally or to use the expertise to stop issues escalating saves both time and money. And you can forget about the issue, know it's being dealt with, and you'll be told about it as and when it happens in due course, and be involved as much or as little as you want to be. So are there any downsides to it? So there can be a big perception that outsourced HR is impersonal and physically distant. So this doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Many outsourced HR models will give you a main source of contact. So this consultant will effectively act as your HR advisor. They can often have a visible presence on site and become a trusted advisor for both the management team and also for employees seeking assistance or support. They know they've got someone to go to if they need it. If you make the decision to choose to outsource your HR department, ensure that you're not just achieving the benefits detailed above, but that the provider doesn't come with any associated downsides and offer you a personal service to you. And when we were setting up this presentation, I certainly like to build a working relationship with my clients. Between the client and the HR business partner is crucial, and the most effective work comes from great working relationships. So having that dedicated HR business partner from Clover or another HR consultancy can really help build the foundations for your business at the value you need. And a lot of the times when I've met the employees in the business, they've said it's nice to know we've got someone if we need to. So more really, I suppose, about Clover HR, we start with the fundamentals. So if you want to understand how Clover HR can benefit your business as an outsourced provider, we do provide a free HR health check. From basic legislative requirements to employee benefits and performance management, our health check uses some detailed questions for a half hour, 45 minutes, to audit and evaluate your current HR policies and procedures against key areas of UK employment legislation, including both current and upcoming. During your health check, we will talk you through a number of areas in order to identify what gaps you have in compliance, and this will include policies and procedures, performance management, employee terms and conditions. We'll then write a report on our findings that is personal to your business and make recommendations in which way we can address these compliance gaps. So it gives you a better understanding of where you are as a business, a bit of a HR MOT for your business to see what's good, what's missing, and how we can get there. So to take us up on this health check, please look at our website or contact us directly, and we'll be more than happy to help. There's one of us that will always come out to you or contact you, and we will get that going. So in summary, the benefits of having an outsourced HR department include specialist knowledge, increased efficiency, skills and experience that by second to none if you have one HR advisor versus 30 HR advisors with different skills, different experiences, different industries to bring to the table. You've got increased efficiencies, so because you only use them when you need them. So you have a certain amount of time to use that resource, and you'll only ever pay that amount of resource, sticking to obviously what value you get from it. And that obviously allows you to reduce your costs within the business, and then it's time saving. So the value you get from that specialist individual is what you need them for, and you will only use them for that skill set. That's the end of the presentation for now. I just wanted to check if there were any questions, and I will just have a look at the chat to check if there is any on there, or the Q&A. Feel free to pass any through now if you wanted to. I can't see any questions for now, so I'm going to move on to the next one of our client satisfaction survey. So 100% of our clients would describe communication between their business and Clover HR as excellent and good. I think businesses are built on recommendations and the foundations of the business, and if you know someone that's used that service, you're more than likely to use that service going forward for yourself because you've been recommended to them and you've got prior experience of it working. So 100% of our clients would rate our speed of response as excellent or good, and 99% would rate our services as value for money. So we feel that's a really good representation of the numerous clients that we have within our business, of how they feel about our services. So thank you for listening to the webinar. I have loved telling you all about the subject, obviously, because it's a subject that I'm quite passionate about. And if you need anything else, please contact Clover or the website or myself, and I'm happy to talk more through. Have a good day.